Hola mi compadres, Brian the Boat here, and today I wanted to talk about a little community on YouTube that is, growing recently over the past, I guess, year or so, in my opinion, and these channels are called commentary videos and commentary channels. That was really bad, really awful. I apologize, but we're not cutting this. I meant to say commentary channels, yes. So if you do not know what a commentary channel is, well, let me explain it to you. They are channels that take snippets of videos, not the entire video itself. That would be a reaction channel. But they take little snippets of videos and then alter it to the point where, it's not, in any sense, copyright issues. And so with that, they talk about what's up with the video and what they thought about it, and then they would throw in some things to make it funnier, make it more entertaining than it should be. And so, with this being said, commentary videos are like kind of under the attack of where it's like we are the bullies of YouTube. I wouldn't really say I would be a commentary channel, even though I do some videos of that. I would love to like be a full-on commentary video channel, but I gotta do other things as well. So that's kind of a part-time thing. But with that being said, there's a lot of criticism out there saying that like I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna put myself with these people, but like that we are bullies and that like we have nothing else good to say, that like we take other people's comments, we're just reaction channels only, except that we're meaner, and so I mean that's kind of just a tad bit true. Well, how I see commentary channels is we really are the judges of YouTube. We see something that we don't like, and we're going to say something about it. We're not going to stay quiet about something that it's obviously wrong. Like if it's distasteful to us, then we're going to say something about it. Be like, hey, that's pretty stupid of you to do that. Don't do it. And with that being said, there's a lot of them that like go hardcore and just roast the living crap out of them. Like they might as well be called roasting channels, because like they just literally burn these people like without any mercy. I mean, some do give mercy, but there's some that's just like boom, just like in your face, like no mercy whatsoever. This is what you get, mate. This is what happens when you literally make bad content on YouTube. Kind of like what I'm doing right now, because I'm not doing not a skit, but I'm not doing a script, because I felt like I just needed to say this in my own words. But the scripts are in my own words, but I just wanted to say it from my mind, just in the instant. And so like if you don't know who are the commentary channels on YouTube, or the roasting channels, whatever you want to call them, they include a lot of them, but the most well-known ones are like Leafy is here and Pyrocynical. I think both of them are really good YouTube creators. They bring a lot to the table, and they change a lot of people for good or for worse. But they're not the problem. It's the people who are following them. That's the problem. Because they have such a like mob mentality that like literally if they say something bad about them, they automatically think that person is like the #1 enemy and it needs to be eliminated. Like that's kind of ridiculous. Funny at some points, but like sometimes people can take it way too far, and it's just absolutely ridiculous how they can do that. But but like a lot of people want to put the YouTube creators at the fault, because like they are the ones who like they support this and stuff. Like in reality, they really don't support the mob mentality. They just want to voice their opinion. There's nothing wrong with voicing their opinion. And another thing that like they don't do wrong is that like they allow the person to fight back. So if they don't like what was said in like say Pyrocynical's video, they're gonna talk back, and Pyro's not gonna send anyone to like harass them. It's like, you're not allowed to fight back. No, he lets them fight back, and if he feels like the need to continue fighting on, he's gonna continue fighting on. And be honest with you, Pyro always wins. Like honestly, these people literally have no idea how to roast anything. Like, in all reality, they're just roasting themselves by making themselves look like complete idiots. And then Pyro's over here using their own words against them and just literally burning them with their own fire. Like, if this person had like a flamethrower, Pyro would literally just take the flamethrower and just turn it around to them and just burn them. But then Leafy, on the other hand, not only is he going to take that flamethrower and burn them, he's gonna make that person burn himself. He's not gonna do it for him. He's gonna make the person burn himself. He's literally that aggressive. And sometimes you need to get reminded. It's like, hey, this thing that you're doing, it's wrong, so I need to remind you that, and a lot of people's like, oh, who are you to tell us anything? You're not perfect. Like, it takes an imperfect man to see the imperfect things, and then, they say, oh, you should worry about your own things, but, we don't do those things. That's why we're saying that's pretty screwed up, mate. And then, there's a lot of opinions out there, and we have our own opinions, and I hate sometimes that people can't have their own opinions, because, there's an extent where you can dislike someone's opinion and be like, hey, I don't like your opinion. But when you say you can't have that opinion, it's kind of ridiculous in that sense. To some extent, because there's some things that are the truth, but then when you have an opinion about it, that's absolutely wrong. You have to remind that person, hey, that's really, really stupid of you to think that. So I'm gonna tell you what you think is stupid and how you're completely a big moron. So let me show you how. And a lot of people freak out because they can't take criticism, and that's another thing too. They cannot take criticism. The people who are who are being made videos of cannot take criticism. There's some people who cannot take criticism. Just look at Dash Tiger. I did a video on him. He lost it. He literally lost it. He sent people to my channel to harass me. He tweeted out lies saying that I was sending death threats to him. I mean, this man was literally thinking that I was going to destroy his entire career. And honestly, I wasn't doing anything to his career. And look at Leafy is here. Apparently, he didn't harass an autistic kid because it doesn't seem like he's autistic. Even though I haven't looked much into it, but the story is that the kid Tommy NC 20 something, he's not autistic. He was just faking it the entire time. It was all part of a skit, a joke practically. And I'm not saying that he is or not. When I first heard the news that he made fun of an autistic kid, because I didn't realize that. I honestly didn't know that. I got pissed. Be like, hey, you're not supposed to mock anyone. But in reality, folks, is this. Humor has no limits. You might think humor does have limits. It actually doesn't. It's just that you have standards. You have standards for humor. It doesn't mean that humor overall is going to follow your standards. No, humor has no standards. Humor is relentless. It will burn anything on sight. It's if it can be a joke, a meme, anything that you find funny, it's gonna mock it. It's gonna be mocked. It's gonna be mocked, guys. You can't think that there's gonna be limits to humor, because there's not limits to humor. If it's offensive but funny at the same time, then humor's gonna use it. There's literally nothing in this world that can say, hey, you can't mock that, because it's going to be mocked. It's just that you have better, not better standards, you just have a stronger standards or moral code when it comes to humor. So if you see someone that's has a lower standard, let's go with that, a lower standard for humor, don't go oh, you're such a bully, because sometimes it's not bullying. I mean, sometimes it's a joke. Sometimes it is, really. The person knows it's a joke. But sometimes you can go just a tad bit too far. Because, the person can't take it. And, in that case, just, don't say anything at all. Even though I said it, I'm kind of contradicting myself. That humor has no limits. We gotta remind ourselves that we human beings, we have souls, we have feelings, and if you're a decent human being, then you'll realize, hey, that's probably not the right thing to do. So we'll try not to do it. But sometimes, even though your feelings are hurt, you kind of need the reality check, because if you don't have the reality check, then you're not gonna progress in life, and you're gonna be another pathetic thing in humanity in itself. Because let's look at the furry community. We already know that's what's up with the furry community, but a lot of people don't know, and then they'll try to fight back. And so it's our duty for, you know, commentary videos to be made and commentary channels to comment about this, like, hey, you're stupid, let me show you how you're stupid. And, you know, to say, you know, what I like to do, I think, I've been planning to try to do this, is to make, sort of like advice at the end, but I haven't really done that, so I'm not gonna say I do that, but I want to give advice to, you know, make myself, you know, feel just a tad bit better of like roasting the person. To be honest with you, my memes are weak, so I can't even say I'm roasting anyone, because in all honesty, I'm not hurting anyone. In all reality, I'm just hurting myself. And I was really surprised when Dash Tiger freaked the like, you know, just completely freaked out. I'm like, oh, okay, so I can my memes are, you know, just that tad bit, you know, pretty decent. But so, like, if I ever went to quote unquote war with like any other commentary video, like Lieutenant Carbus, Pyrocynical, oh good god, no, Keemstar, for no, I don't, no, Keemstar and Pyrocynical are having their own difficulties right now. It's kind of like ridiculous, but I'm not gonna talk about that much. But like, if I went to like a roasting battle with them, I think I would quickly lose. Not like quickly, I would immediately lose. They just walk in the floor and I just drop, because literally my memes are like super weak. But if you guys don't think my memes are weak, then that's great, because that's just how I think in life, is that everything that I do is just a complete failure. And sometimes that is true. Sometimes that is true, and sometimes I just don't give myself enough credit. But I honestly feel like my memes are weak. But if you guys think that my memes aren't weak, then please tell me in the comments down below, so I can make myself feel better to an extent where, you know, I feel, you know, hey, my memes are strong and I actually can roast someone. But, you know, like, give the commentary channel some credit. Give the roasting channel some credit, alright? We make content, and it's good content. Even though you don't find it funny, that's just your opinion. And you can't, you know, disagree with other people's opinions on the internet, or else you're gonna get destroyed. And that shouldn't be like that. Everyone should have their own opinion if it's, you know, correct. Because if it's not correct, then you need to be corrected. You see what I'm going with here? You can have an opinion, but it has to be right. It has to be right. You can't have the opinion that butterflies are actually human beings, because that is just stupid. That is just not an opinion. That's just a well, I guess it can be a stupid opinion, or just really a stupid comment. It really can't be a opinion. I'm sorry. It really can't. For me, that comment is just really stupid and just really awful. And again, like, someone has to say something like, hey, you can't do that. But in today's society, you can't say one thing that hurts someone's feelings, or else you're a bigot. And I find that very disturbing, because without anyone like us out there trying to, you know, tell people you're doing something wrong, you're obviously doing something wrong, and like, no, you're just a bigot. And so they're going to attack you for that. But like, if you want to make a video that's like, technically, like, if they find it harassment or attacking, but you know, like, everyone else who is like straight-minded and, you know, like, is a good human in human society and is a decent human being, then then do a video on it. Like, though their opinion won't really matter. And plus, like, if you guys like get roasted on the internet or get bullied, just remember that you know who you are. You don't need others' opinions. That's what's wrong with Instagram, honestly. Instagram is just a bunch of people who think that the world is perfect and they get good comments. And then when they get a bad comment on their photo saying, oh my gosh, you're uglier than a cow, please go kill yourself, they freak out. They're just like, oh my gosh, that's the worst thing you can ever say to me. And they just lose it. They literally lose it. They go like berserkers. They like lose everything. They lose insanity. They go bazonkers. They're like crazy. And so if I were you, remind them, and the world is not perfect. Nobody needs to go to your standards to an extent, because sometimes there are standards you need to go to, but some people have standards that are better than other standards. So, that being said, this jibber jabber of things, rambling and all that good stuff, just remember, give the commentary channels a break. we don't get enough credit that we need because we are just trying to tell what is real. We're real with you. We're not going to be like, oh, I mean, your content's okay. I mean, I just don't. No, we're just like, your content sucks. Get out of YouTube now. Well, for me, honestly, I personally wouldn't say get out of YouTube. I would just say rethink your life and do something that's more productive to society. That would make YouTube look good. Because just look at Tumblr. It's literally just a bunch of innocent. I keep saying that the wrong way, aren't I? Not safe for work artwork, and then like other bad stuff. I mean, there's some bad stuff on YouTube, but like it's the minority. It's all about the majority and the minority. If you're part of the majority, you're going to be listened to, and you're going to be setting an example for whatever you're going to, you know, like if you're a Tumblr, if you're the majority, you're going to, you know, make up some. There's people going to make assumptions about your actions because you're part of the majority. And so, with that being said, people like this is for overall people on YouTube. I cannot say anything because I haven't been on this website for too long. I only been on this website for a year, and I only have a small community. It's really small. Technically, I only have 10 people on this channel who are active. But you know, like, that being said, I just have to say, this is just my opinion. Like, if you want to take my advice, very well then, but like, make good content, y'all. Make good content. Don't make garbage content. If it's oversaturated, just make it to where it looks good so that, you know, we all look good. You're not doing it just for yourself. This is for everyone else. This is literally for everyone else. So if you can do this, that would be great. So thank you everyone for watching this video. And if you liked it, give it a like, support the Red Guardian. This is Brian the Bold signing out. Stay bold out there. Ciao.